What's good everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the Adidas AE1 Low Performance Review. Alright, so as always, getting things started with the outsole. As far as the traction pattern goes on these, they are the exact same as the mid-tops. You do have that oversized herringbone traction pattern from the toe all the way to the heel, and how these perform on clean floors is elite. Now on dirty floors, you will have to wipe every so often because this outsole does collect a little bit of dust. It is kind of like a semi-translucent outsole. So overall, it is a very reliable pattern. I don't think I would bring these outdoors as it is pretty soft to the touch. I think it would wear away pretty quickly, but as far as indoors go, they are absolutely elite, exactly the same as the mid-tops. And for that reason, they're going to score a very nice 9 out of 10. One of the favorite features of the AE1 for me is the traction, so I just wanted to mention it is the exact same as the mid-tops. Now, as far as the cushioning goes in this model right here, it does differ a little bit from the mids. Now with the mids, you do have full length boost. I believe it's jet boost from heel all the way to the toe. It is very nice and plush underfoot. Now with the lows, it does differ just a little bit. You have a puck in the heel and a puck in the forefoot of light boost, and you can see it is exposed right here. It does have some nice compression in the heel as far as the cushioning. And then right here on the medial side, you do see, I believe this is light strike. So it is light strike underfoot, and I believe it's at the bottom of the shoe as well. And then the boost pods are sitting on top of that. So you do get a very plush ride. It is very nice underfoot in my opinion. Not quite as nice as the jet boost. It's very plush from heel to toe. The heel to toe transition I think is a little bit better on the lows because it does have this cutout right here where it does offer some nice compression at the back of the shoe. But overall, if you're a smaller player or a larger player, I do think you will enjoy this setup, and that's why it scores a very nice 9 out of 10 as far as the cushioning goes. As far as the fit goes, that's where I had some issues with this model. So I did go in store and try my usual size 10.5 on, and I just felt like they fit a little bit smaller than the mids. Still doable, but I just found them to be a little bit snugger. So I did go up to a size 11. Now, where I had issues with that is once the 11 broke in, again, the toe space, I had my toe right about here, so a little bit more room, but I was getting a little bit of heel slip in the size 11. So I did kind of have buyer's remorse. I do wish I stuck with my standard 10.5. Again, they're sold out now, so I can't grab them. I'm hoping to find a pair of these in a size 10.5 and let these go. But overall, the fit was still nice. I just had to crank the laces down a lot tighter on the 11s rather than the 10.5. I also ended up sticking a move insole inside the shoe. It does take up just a little bit more room to offer a snugger fit, and that did get rid of the heel slip. But I will mention, if you end up going up half a size in this model, you might have some of that heel slip. I do think if I stuck with my true to size, I would have been good to go from the jump. It's my mess up. I will mention that. It was still a very nice, snug fitting shoe. This toe box is just so tapered, and it is pretty narrow as well. So that is one thing to note. If you are a wide footer, I think you should go up half a size right from the jump in the Adidas AE1 mids, and the lows. But for me, I have a standard foot. I should have stuck with my size 10.5. That's my bad. As far as the fit goes and just the overall performance on this model though, I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. One thing it does have more of is padding at the back of the shoe. It is very thick and just really crazy padding at the back of the low tops versus the mid. So that is another thing to mention, is you get a ton of padding at the back. And then the tongue, as far as the fit goes, is different as well. It is free flowing. There are no bungees, which I was not a fan of because this tongue did kind of slop to the side while you were wearing it. But a lot of people did prefer the lows because they didn't have this kind of X right here, where it did cause some compression and just fit issues for some people. You don't have that on the low top. So that is one thing I will mention. Overall though, the fit on this is very similar to the mid tops. I just wish that I stuck with my size 10.5. As far as the materials go, exactly the same as the mid tops. You do kind of have that rubberized wrap, that kind of like honeycomb pattern right here on the side right here, on the lateral and medial side. kind of this Cordura mesh on the upper. And then underneath this panel right here, you do have a very heavily perforated mesh. So you're gonna get a ton of breathability in this model right here. Nothing special as far as the materials go, but I think aesthetically, this shoe just looks amazing. One of, if not my favorite looking basketball shoes here in 2024. But again, you're more so getting a rubberized side panel, Cordura mesh, and then most of the models have had a 3M toe box right here. So when it does hit that light, it does shine very nice. So overall, the materials do get a pass, and they do break in very quickly in my opinion. And that's why the materials are gonna score an 8 out of 10. As far as the weight goes on the low tops of the Adidas AE1, again, I got these in a size US 11, and they do come in at 17.65 ounces. So I believe the mids come in at around 19 ounces. So all things considered, this is a very heavy basketball shoe. As far as the support goes on this model right here, starting at the back of the shoe, you do have a TPU internal heel counter, which is very rigid. And then you have this second external one. It kind of has a carbon fiber print. It is only plastic, so it is kind of a faux carbon fiber, but it offers a great lockdown at the back of the shoe. Just a ton of support at the back of the AE1 and the low tops as well. On the side of the shoe, you do have this rubberized portion with this. It kind of acts like a wing actually. So if you really crank those laces down, it does wrap around your foot quite nice and just offers great lateral support and containment. Moving your way to the bottom, you do have this wide and stable base right here. And then you also have that X plate that is on the mid tops, and it is full length, and it offers a nice spring to your step when you are running or jumping in this model. So really no shortage of support on this model right here. I really love what Adidas has done with the AE1s and the Hardens. Just a ton of support built into these shoes, and that's exactly what you're getting right here in this model. A very supportive low top basketball shoe. But sound off in the comments what you guys think of this model as far as the support goes. But for me, I'm gonna have to give it a very, very nice 9 out of 10. And then really quickly, aesthetically, obviously you have the mids and the lows. For me, I still prefer the mid tops just a little bit more. It offers just a little bit more of a snug fit. Obviously I got these in a size 10.5, but I just like that it has the higher kind of tied ankle collar right here where you can crank the laces down just a little bit higher. I don't mind the look of the mids with this higher collar right here, but obviously more or less everything else is exactly the same, minus the cushioning being full length jet boost. I would not have been mad if they did offer the same cutout here as the low tops with the jet boost, but overall it is a very superb package whether you go with the mid tops or the low tops. I just really love the look of the AE1s. It's so futuristic with that honeycomb side panel. The back right here, even though this is faux carbon fiber, I think it looks superb. More or less the same on this side, and that X plate and traction pattern. You just can't go wrong with this model performance wise, other than the weight, obviously. This guy right here is very heavy, closing in on 20 ounces. Both of them are heavy shoes, but if you can get past that, the overall bang for your buck for this shoe, like I believe these were 110 American, 140 Canadian, and then I believe these were 120 American, 160 Canadian. So what you're getting as far as the traction, support, cushion, the fit's pretty good. The materials aren't anything special, but at least aesthetically they look unreal. I think this is one of the best bang for your buck basketball shoes here in 2024. Sound off in the comments what you guys think of these models right here. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm absolutely in love with what Adidas has done thus far with Anthony Edwards' signature shoe line. But that's gonna do it for today's performance review on the Adidas AE1 Low. A very nice basketball shoe, all things considered. I'm just gonna have to search for that size 10.5 because this colorway is amazing. I'm just bummed it's sold out and I can't grab them locally at the store. So I will have to keep my eyes out online and just on the forum boards. If anyone's letting go of a size 10.5, I would love to grab them in and around retail if you do have them. But all things considered, a very nice basketball shoe. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that really helps my channel a ton. I am closing in on 10K followers here on YouTube. Over on Instagram, I have over 150,000. I am trying to build my YouTube with performance reviews and reviews in general. So if you guys could really help me out by subscribing to my channel, I would really appreciate that. But as always, check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.